everybody listening to the Fair Weather Podcast. It's your boy 2K Suave. I'm joined with my dog A-Rod. And that's it. That's it. We gave the Townie boys a week off because they couldn't get their picks right. Clearly, the OGs knew who was gonna win the game. Like we just had a little difference of opinion as far as like who's gonna win MVP. But Patty Mahomes is Patty Mahomes, man. I know you wanted the script. But Patty Mahomes, dog, he's him.
He is him. I mean, that was the clear cut makes sense to pick. I was just trying to think outside the box on that.
Of
Like I
course.
would have picked Patrick Mahomes, but if I was a betting man, that's what I would have did. But I'm not a betting man. However, I might become a betting man again.
Speaking of betting, man, my ass. See, I wish I had more common sense when it come to making these bets. I knew the Chiefs were going to win. I should have just picked Chiefs win, right? But no, I want to package up every freaking thing I did. I tried. I tried five different parlays that all included the Chiefs winning, and then a bunch of just different first touchdown scores. I went over, knowing damn well who was going to win the game, knowing damn well, and I went over. So I officially am taking a break from sports gambling right now. After I heard on Monday.
We'll see you next week,
If
guys.
we want to talk about crazy thing I saw this week on Monday. There was a report that the 1-800 gambling hotline got called a record amount of times. So I wasn't gonna call it. I got y'all if I need to call anybody, but I'm good right now. So I ain't hit nothing. What about what's his name? Shotgun Man. He any nice little
Shotgun
bets?
hit. Shotgun hit on some guys, some bets. I think he took the Chiefs to win, so he won on that. Um, and he made some other little prop bets. I don't try to get too much into it because Shotgun guy was trying to ask me for money the other day to front him, then for him to pay me back from his Canadian bank account, and I was just like, listen, man. I
You mean
know.
the Swiss? You mean the Swiss account, the one that he got over in the Bahamas?
No, he's got Canadian citizenship, so
I
he has a
know.
Canadian bank account. So I was just like, yeah, I know an addict when I see one, and I'm not funding this. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid right now. I'm taking a break. After that, piss poor performance. On top of the fact, another crazy wacky thing for me was watching the damn Nigeria just choke that bitch away, man. Choke that bitch away. I knew I should have not believed. I
Hey,
never
man,
should have.
you've got to be proud with what they did, man, to get there. Out of all the big
First,
powerhouses in Africa, I know, but still, it's still good. I was rooting for Nigeria the whole way, man. I was probably like 3 seconds or no, 2 minutes behind you on watching the stream. So when you were like goal, I was like, oh my God, someone's gonna score here. So yeah, it was unfortunate, man. And Nigeria looks good though. And the one thing I take away from it though, from a player standpoint, is Osimhen has grown up. I know he's a young player, and I know he's not coming back to Napoli. We're going to see where he's going to go. But to see the way that he played, African teams, I agree with Sammy. The African Cup is very tough. It's very prideful. I know, like all the other cups are CONCACAF and the Euros and all of that, but it is tough. And to see a team like that, especially Osimhen, who's I don't want to say a more selfish player, but I actually saw him play a lot of defense in those games and pass the ball, which is something I'm not used to seeing him do over at Napoli. So shout outs to them. They'll be okay, man. They look good. They just, came up short, and that's unfortunate. It's not like you got slaughtered or anything like that.
it felt like it did. That third goal. I mean, second goal for Cote d'Ivoire, who happened to be playing at home, so that didn't
Yeah.
help. That didn't help at all. But that shit kicked. I think they made it like with the 81st, 82nd minute. I didn't watch the rest of the game because I already knew how that shit was going. I was like, I ain't go. I don't need this bad juju going into the Super Bowl because how I felt about my Philadelphia Eagles nemesis 49ers. And one more crazy wacky thing for me, and then I gotta see what you got. It's a funny. This one's a funny for me. Everyone was wondering. Like I keep telling people that ask me, why are you cheering for the Chiefs? Like, aren't you still mad about last year? I said, oh yeah, I was mad about that, but I'm over it now that it's the 49ers. And I told y'all why I hate the 49ers. So the funny thing for me, every single Eagles page that I follow, every single Eagles fan that I follow, we were all posting the same shit about Debo Samuel. Fletcher Cox, unfortunately, I posted about him. Like it was really Philly versus San Francisco in that game somehow with Big Red and Taylor Swift, Philly native. Wait, watching us as well. So I just want to say, Debo, what happened, baby? All that shit you was talking last year, dog.
What is it with the hoodie on?
All that shit you was talking last year, boss. Come on, man. All y'all do is talk, talk, talk. And y'all in Cancun. Welcome. We've been waiting for y'all, dog. We kept the seat warm, all right? The pool still got some water in it. Like, we got you. So that's all I want to say. I'm done. I'm done with
Right.
I'm done with 49ers. But go ahead. What else is interested in you?
I got 3 wacky crazy things this week. My first one is I am not a betting man, but if you listen to the shit that I say, I be hitting.
I was gonna wait. No, I wanted to wait. I was about, I'm watching that game. I'm watching Juwan Jennings. I'm like, so I'm gonna wait till we get to the game coverage. I was sitting there looking at Liz like, yo, what the hell is this going on?
I pay attention to the guy, man. I'm telling you, when players aren't doing their jobs, he steps up. And by God, when they were on the 1 yard line and I saw usage light up, I was like, if he gets this touchdown, I swear to God, I'm betting for sure next year, but he didn't. But yeah, Juwan Jennings, I would have smashed that over and I would have made some nice money. And if I would have tailored it to a touchdown and even throwing a touchdown, it would have probably been a millionaire. And I would have said,
a non-quarterback throwing a pass or a pass period was one of them. You know what I screwed up on? Because I knew in my head, I kept saying, MVS anytime touchdown was like plus 5,000. Didn't I say that? Did I say it in our group chat? I said it somewhere. I was like plus 5. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna hit that.
I'm happy he did it.
I never put the bet in.
Nah, I wouldn't have either. But I'm happy he made some noise during the Super Bowl and then planted that flag, man. It was nice, man. Go Bulls. Second thing is pertaining to the Super Bowl of how do you not know the rules? How do you not know?
We're gonna get to it.
We're gonna get to it. That is the craziest bullshit.
I have a lot to say.
Bullshit I have heard. And then for Kyle Usage to come out and say, "Oh, I misspoke." Yeah, bro, you're a PR nightmare right now. And then the last thing I have is I am high on these Knicks, even though we're going through some troubling injury times right now. But last night's game against the Rockets, I am fucking sorry. Their petition.
I'm ready for you. I already knew what was on your brain. We gonna get to it. Don't worry.
Those are my 3 things that we'll discuss.
I know that shit was rough because I didn't even watch the game last night. I woke up this morning, I'm like, yo, what's all the fuss about? And I was like, oh shit.
That man was stiff as dog shit going up like this to block us.
Yeah, I was. That's rough. I'm like, damn, I didn't know that there was a script against the Knicks to be good. Like, who doesn't want the Knicks to be good? So anyway, let's get to the big game that everyone kept calling it over the last few weeks out of nowhere. Super Bowl, what was that? 53 set TV ratings record to 123.7 million viewers. I think at any point during the game, there was at least at the what does it say? Nielsen also set a record of 202.4 million watched at least part of the game. So you at least flip through the channels and stayed there for like 5 seconds. No matter what, they got viewers. And, I don't know if you want to say it's the Taylor Swift effect. You have to imagine that it has something to do with it. At work, we did our boxes, the Super Bowl boxes. And literally in our group thread, email chain or whatever, there was like 4 women in there. They were like, our Super Bowl is getting to see Taylor Swift. And like, they're dead serious about it. Like, there are like, I forgot what analyst was talking about. He said his daughter was watching the game with him solely to go see Taylor Swift. But at the same time, because Taylor Swift is getting these viewers on the game, they got to see this kid, Patrick Mahomes, go win a Super Bowl. And the thing about Patrick Mahomes, when we look at like Michael Jordan, Tom Brady, a lot of these got LeBron James, a lot of them have like this side of them that people just, Kobe Bryant, like, oh, why is he so competitive and aggressive and mean, right? Like, they all have like that mean streak. Patrick Mahomes is a likable guy. Yeah. Travis Kelce is a likable guy. Yeah, exactly. Somebody with the weird voice who's not this big old jock meathead type of guy who's football. Like, he's a regular dude, light skin, you know what I'm saying? He don't look like, he has a dad bod. Like he's not out here trying to flex on nobody, but he's a damn good quarterback. Andy Reid, likable dude. Just a happy-go-lucky big guy. You know what I mean? Like, how can you not cheer for people like that? So I know a lot of people are giving. A lot of people became anti-Chiefs because of Taylor, but Taylor Swift has gotten a lot of eyes, and this is the right team to kind of like how the Golden State Warriors with Steph Curry blew up. That's the reason why they got so many fans. They're shooting threes, and you got this light-skinned dude that just looks like everybody else. You know what I mean? So overall, what were your impressions on the big game?
Niners had the chance to win it, and they fucking shit the bed. And I don't know if
so who won? Did the Chiefs win or did the 49ers lose?
49ers lost. That's what I'm going to say. The 49ers lost that game. Like, they had the opportunity to win, and I feel like they got burnt out. They got burnt out. Like, Patrick Mahomes, yeah, he threw for 300 yards, 300 plus yards, but we're so used to seeing him pick apart defenses. And this year, all year we were saying, or y'all were saying, I was just like, no, when it gets to the playoffs, it's a different team. And they were like, they're beatable in the playoffs. I was like,
I think I was so high on the Ravens. I
agree. I was high too. I mean, I think next year they're going to do just as good, if not Super Bowl, back to the NFC Championship.
Chiefs will win it again next year.
Exactly. You can't count this man out. I keep saying it year after year. No matter what dog shit they wheel out there on the offensive side, it's still clicking, and he makes these guys better. No matter who it is, like MVS, we haven't had an MVS sighting. Our last MVS sighting was the drop in the end zone that cost him the game, and that's all.
Last week, 2 weeks ago in the championship game, it was his catch that secured the game. So he's been coming through in the playoffs, and that's the thing about the Chiefs. All of them coming through in the playoffs.
They do. And what was the best thing that they could have did is not put Kadarius Toney on that roster. I'm sorry, like he's just not. He doesn't fit the mold for them. They're guys they're all blue collar guys. Granted, Kelce is the best at his position. Granted, Mahomes is the best at their position, but they still have to grind it out with that offense. So for the 49ers, I think expectations were high because you have all these shiny toys. You've got and Brock Purdy, I don't want to hear any more Brock Purdy slander. Brock Purdy played a hell of a game. Brock Purdy is good at what he does. He is a game manager. And there's nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with being a game manager.
Where did this connotation that game manager is a negative thing? Because
we're used to playing video games and just slinging the rock everywhere. I said
this 5 years ago, and I haven't stood back from it. I think I didn't mean any disrespect when I said it, because people were asking me why I like Peyton Manning a little bit more than Tom Brady, right? I said Peyton Manning, he literally was the psycho, analyst that could read the defenses and do this with the changes at the line, call the plays, like Patrick Mahomes too, but Peyton Manning to me did all of it. Whereas Tom Brady, I said it, he's the greatest game manager to ever live, because outside of that Randy Moss year and then these last couple years with the Bucs where they just let him do whatever, the Patriots didn't let him go out there and just go gunsling it like Brett Favre or anything like that. Like the way Bill Belichick runs his offense, you're gonna manage this fucking game and you're not gonna lose it because my defense is gonna keep us in it.
And I forgot one last crazy thing that I have. This stat continues. Another New York Jet wins another Super Bowl and has the game-winning touchdown.
The first thing I thought of when McCole Hardman caught it, I was like, this got to be crazy for these Jets fans. Because first of all, I remember that game, Dalvin Cook ran 20 yards. I was like, oh shit, Dalvin Cook, and that was in the wild card round. Now the guy who catches the game winner, y'all had no use for him. None.
Six catches, or was it six catches? That's he's a Kansas City Chief. He deserved to go back home. I wasn't mad at it. He deserved
to be back home. Yeah, he deserved to be back. That's home for him.
He fits the mold for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, the San Francisco 49ers, they had the opportunity. I mean, Jake Moody shit the bed when he got that field goal block. That's not his fault. That's defense. Extra point. And then it was just I felt like I felt like we were gonna have a recreation of Rams Patriots Super Bowl in that first quarter. I was like, man, this shit ain't taking off. And I was like, I actually like that because I love a defensive game. We get to see 1 and 2 go against each other, and we can see if San Francisco can win this game based off of a field goal. And then it started to get chippy back and forth the entire time. And I don't know if San Fran is cursed, because every year, like, they put out the favorites for next year, and San Francisco's the favorite to win it.
Of course they are. They have the best roster. That's what makes this so impressive for me. Like, I know people coming at me with this whole thing, pause, about me saying, Patrick Mahomes is already better than Brady. And what I mean by saying that, Brady, Patrick Mahomes at the age of 28, this shit does not make sense, because here was always my thing. Tom Brady is the greatest, like, football player of all time. When I say, like, winner, accolades, all that stuff. But when it comes to, like, just quarterback skill set, I always said I'm gonna take a Peyton Manning, I'll take an Aaron Rodgers, and I'm gonna take a Patrick Mahomes over Brady. Just straight skill set. That's all I'm talking about, right? And when we watched Aaron Rodgers for all those years, it was, oh my God, that bad man. He's the greatest talent we've ever seen, right? Patrick Mahomes already has that. He came into the league with that, mind you, right? And on top of that, he has the Tom Brady thing where there's no lead insurmountable for that man. And you know damn well, like, and Skip Bayless used to say this about Tom Brady before, and I used to scoff at it, but it actually is true, where he said, your defense plays better when your quarterback is that good. Because, like, you don't want to let that man down, right? Everyone's blocking a little bit harder. Because you have a chance. And watching the Chiefs play last year, Juju Smith-Schuster and Kadarius Toney beat us. This year, Mecole Hardman, beat the 49ers. You know what I mean? It's like the years back in 2020. It was Tyreek Hill.
See, how crazy it is to say that you had a wide receiver 1, and 2 years removed, you've had wide receiver 3s and 4s across the board. Because MVS, let's be honest, he's a wide receiver 2 at best.
Yeah.
Mecole Hardman at 3 is a wide receiver 3 at best. And every other guy
I'll give him 2.5.
No, a 3. He's not the big focal point ever in that team. He's the guy that, like, you forget about, and then you remember about him when he makes a big play. You're like, oh shit, that guy's a Kansas City Chief again. So Watson.
Yeah, Watson. Yeah,
you know how I feel about wide receivers.
Hey, but think about it. We're talking about the Patriots right now. Gronk and a bunch of dudes. Wes Welker became a dude. Julian Edelman became a dude. But even Chris Hogan had a dude year. But it wasn't
these aren't going to be dudes, bro. These are
Rashee
just
Rice is going to be a dude, though.
Rashee Rice will be. Yes, yeah. They found their way.
Yeah,
I agree there.
They had a dude in 10, Tyreek Hill, and now their dude is Rashee Rice. Mm-hmm. And so they have an all-time great tight end, maybe the greatest ever, and but the dude is a kid. You know what I mean? Like, their dude this year was a rookie. You know what I mean? And this 49ers got beat by Valdez-Scantling, who was getting made fun of all year long. All the trolling they did, I even trolled. All that shit for him to go be the first touchdown they caught in the game, and then Mecole Hardman, who got shipped off November, December from the Jets, Super Bowl, and then he gets the game-winning Super Bowl. So it's like, Patrick Mahomes. The reason why I say he's on that trajectory, it's undeniable at this point. Like, he already has the skill set of Aaron Rodgers and then some, and the mindset of Tom Brady. How do you stop that when you're like, if you watch him this year, he knew he doesn't have that type of offense. So he learned that he had to manage the game a little bit more than being just Patrick Mahomes. So after he threw that interception to start the second half, that was him trying to be too much. And I'm pretty sure that woke him back up. He was like, all right, I just got to make the plays that are there, and that's it. He made the plays that were supposed to be there. He didn't try to overexert himself. And then you would think the 49ers dominated the game, because to me, I watched that. I'm like, yo, the 49ers are dominating, right? Let's look at the final stats. Total yards, Chiefs 455, 49ers 382. Passing yards, Chiefs 325, 49ers 272. Mind you, not all of that was by Brock Purdy too. Even rushing yards, Christian McCaffrey's the best running back in the league. 110 rushing yards for the 49ers, 130 rushing yards for the Chiefs. Why? Because Patrick Mahomes is a dog, and Pacheco was running like
But it goes
always
back to what I was trying to say. Like, this guy makes everyone around him better. And that's what everybody wants to replicate. Everybody books on a quarterback to make everyone around them better with dog shit. But the Chiefs have been smart. The Chiefs have drafted well when we're like, that's such a weird pick. It pans out. It pans out. McDuffie,
dog.
and, oh my God, like it panned out.
Him and Snead, bruh, they are dogs, bruh. And then having Chris Jones, Chris Jones single hand, like we talk about who won or lost, right? The 49ers lost that game, but Chris Jones and Patrick Mahomes won that game because Chris Jones
was wreaking havoc. Keep that guy. They got to find a way to keep him. I can't see him in another team.
I know that's a lot of bread.
I know, man, but like that's we thought Tyrann Mathieu was the voice of the defense. We know who the real voice of the defense is now.
Soft spoken too, Mr. Jones is a soft. He's not like all crazy loud. He just, you hear him do his interviews and shit. He don't sound like somebody who's about to kick my ass all day long. You know what I mean? So it's just, I don't know. And then we're looking at, you talk about Brock Purdy, and I want to get your opinion on this because obviously I know you're part of the club that doesn't want to give him slander, and I understand that. I've been on record. I said a few times I don't really see it. Game manager. He's a good game manager. I just don't think he's a top tier game manager. I think he's a 700,000 salary quarterback with all the talent in the world around him. Like when you have a Kittle, you have an Ayuk, you have a Debo, you have a McCaffrey. Jawan Jennings is a fucking dog. I found out now. Kyle Juszczyk is the best fullbacker in the league. So Trent Williams is one of the best offensive linemen of all time. So he has great stuff around him. I just felt like the great stuff around him to me meant a little bit more than what he could do. And you look at his stats. It's not like he played bad. 23 of 38, 255, one touchdown. He only had a quarterback rating of 89.3. It's like he played. Everyone keeps saying he plays tremendous. He played good. He didn't play tremendous. He didn't play bad, but he played good. So to me, I'm like, the problem when it comes down to it, and that's why I want to get your opinion. The reason why Cam Newton say he's a game manager is just think about that overtime. I know it wasn't all his fault. He didn't get blocked, but like when you're a game changer, you need to go score that touchdown, screw a field goal. You need to put fear in Patrick Mahomes' heart. Patrick Mahomes, on the other hand, it didn't matter if they scored a touchdown or it was a field goal. Patrick Mahomes, everyone knew he's going to come back and score the damn. Everyone in the building knew. Oh, they gave Patrick Mahomes another chance. You can't say the same for Brock Purdy. That's just how I see it. But I do want to get your overall reaction of how he played and all that stuff.
But you got to look at it this way too. There's not one player in the NFL that has struck fear in Brock Purdy yet. I mean, in Patrick Mahomes yet. There's not one player. There's not one player that's like Patrick Mahomes' dad. Like Tom Brady had Nick Foles. That's it.
No. Tom Brady had Eli Manning. That's his daddy.
And Eli Manning.
Nick Foles had a Cinderella slipper on that day. Eli, you do it once, that's one thing. He said, I'm going to ruin your perfect season, and I'm going to come back and get you again. I don't think Eli's a Hall of Famer, but those two games alone, I mean, shit, you can't tell the story of football without it.
But there is nobody that has struck fear in Patrick Mahomes yet, and that's going to be tough. But for
not even Josh Allen, who everyone wants.
Fuck Josh Allen.
But think about it. The media really wants Josh Allen to be better than Mahomes. They really, you hear it all the time.
They do, bro. But like, I don't want to get on Josh Allen, but like, it's the same shit I'm going to next year with. What has he done? What all pros does he have? He doesn't even have an all pro first team. He has an all pro second team and 3 Pro Bowls. Whoop-de-fucking-do. Whoop-de-fucking-do. Has never sniffed.
And Sammy, I love you. I wish you was on the show right now because I've been doing this soul searching about Lamar Jackson. And, we talk about Josh Allen and Justin Herbert and all that shit. And I'm like, and I can't wait to talk about this again, Sammy, because I got to talk about Lamar Jackson because that man is still disrespected. Like, the man just won his second MVP, and it wasn't even unanimous because some homeboy voted him third. But that's another story for another day. But
It
go ahead.
is. And then what I was going to say about Brock Purdy, the best analogy that I can give to Brock Purdy is like think of the guy that you hire at a position and he comes in at an entry level position and he does all the shit he needs to do and does everything that he needs to do and does it right and finally is given a promotion to a VP role. Like he's done everything that he needs to do. And I think he deserves it. I don't think we should slander him because everybody wants a flashy quarterback. We get that. The quarterback is the focal point of every NFL team. There isn't one NFL team that you go on and you don't hear one thing talked about that quarterback. I know there's bigger players on the team that are better and more marketable and more household names, but we always focus on the quarterback. And Brock Purdy has come into a good situation. And you have to respect what he's done. He doesn't turn the ball over a lot. He had an MVP-esque season, okay? He did at one point. At one point he did, okay? I know you're biased on that, but he had a very good season.
McCaffrey had an MVP season, not.
No, he did too. He did too. He did. But Purdy was having those type of numbers at one point. We were mentioning Dak's name in that pod too, and we know what happened with Dak. Dak took a big dap at the end.
Statistically, Dak Prescott had the best quarterback season this year. So, and it's a quarterback award. So, real quick, is it a numbers award or who was the best player on the best team? That's awesome.
It's a quarterback award. MVP is a quarterback award, unless somebody does something crazy like Adrian Peterson. But other than that, it's a quarterback award. It's bullshit, I think. But I think Brock Purdy has solidified himself as a solid NFL starter. I think he's beaten adversity. When we said you couldn't do this, you couldn't do that, you still got to be good offensively. You still got to make smart plays. And I think he's done what he needs to do. And I'm okay with it. If they move off and they go get like a flashy quarterback, I think that's wrong. I think you're doing too much with that. Like if you were like, hey, we have the opportunity to get Josh Allen, I think you're doing too much with that. I think that would be dumb. I think what that team needs is a game manager because he manages the game of football well for the offense. When everybody's doing crazy shit, Christian McCaffrey's catching the ball, he's running the ball, DeJuan Jennings is throwing the ball. Like it's crazy shit all around. If Josh Allen was there, I feel like he'd be so much under pressure that when they get to the 10-yard line, it's the same shit we see in Buffalo. He fumbles the ball. He doesn't know who to throw it to. Do I rush it in? I got McCaffrey. What do I do? Like, they got the right guy for the job. And to think that they've had to go through Garoppolo, who got them there one time, and you draft Trey Lance second overall, and you give up on him.
Fail.
Smart move. I'm cool. Smart with that. You got to do that. Otherwise, you got to pay the guy. Move on from it. You have success.
And of course, the Cowboys like, yeah, let's see what's in that vault.
Got you to the Super Bowl, man. You can't be mad at it. So I'm okay with Brock Purdy. Is he in my top 5? Absolutely not. Do I think he's a respected quarterback in the league? I absolutely think he's respected. I don't care how good that defense is. I don't care how good the offense is. Someone's got to throw them the ball, and they got to make smart plays and not turn the ball over. And he didn't have a turnover in the Super Bowl. So,
all right. So when we ask, game manager, whatever, right? What is your overall opinion on a quarterback for the Detroit Lions named Jared Goff?
I think Jared Goff is a good quarterback too. I really do. But
that's Brock Purdy. The way you answer that question,
I agree.
I want you to listen to your tone. Yeah.
No. I agree with you. 100%.
That's what I see.
That's exactly what I see. But the only problem with Purdy and Goff is Goff can't play outside the dome. That's the only problem.
And Goff also brought a team to a Super Bowl that was loaded, just like Purdy. And one day, Kyle Shanahan is going to be like Sean McVay, and it's going to be a veteran quarterback. Because think about it. Imagine a good quarterback with this 49ers, and no offense to Purdy.
But they're going to pay. They are going to pay that man. They are going to pay.
And that's what I said. No offense to Purdy, right? But let's say with this same exact roster, it was Russell Wilson. I'm talking about not even somebody who's immaculately great. Russell Wilson or,
I don't think the 49ers are that type of team. I don't think they're that type of team. I really don't.
Team is what weaknesses do they have? They don't have any weaknesses. The weakness is that they talk too much and they mentally do stupid shit. And Kyle Shanahan, which the next topic I want to get to, because we were talking about it earlier in the show, we want to talk about coaching, right? And that's the problem that I have, because any quarterback could have played for the 49ers. and they would have been just as good. But to me, it comes down to Andy Reid and Kyle Shanahan. And we've seen it time and time again with both coaches, where Kyle Shanahan, he's up. I mean, he's not the head coach, but he's the offensive coordinator that's up 28-3 on the Tom Brady led Patriots. He should have just put him away. And what does he do? He gets cute with the offense, and they're not doing the same shit that they're supposed to be doing because why it was working in the first half. Why are you not continuing that? You have Tevin Coleman, you have what was it, Freeman? I think it was Freeman at the time. Like, run the damn football. But no, we're gonna get cute and do this, and you let Tom Brady get back in the game. 2020, you're up 10 points against Patrick Mahomes going to the fourth quarter. Same situation. Can't close it. This game, everyone for 3 quarters saw the 49ers dominate the Chiefs, and they could not put them away. You first of all, you let Patrick Mahomes stick around. That's the last thing you want to do. You already saw it with Tom Brady a few years ago, and you see Mahomes do it to you already. Why would you want to give Patrick Mahomes a chance? If you give greats like that a chance, they're laughing in your face because they know everybody on your defense is freaking scared. Unless it's Aaron Donald, Aaron Reid, like there's not that many players. There's a few select players who don't care. But when you got that bad man like a Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Aaron Rodgers in those clutch situations, you know they're gonna come through. And to me, Kyle Shanahan, what was working for him in the first half, Christian McCaffrey could not be stopped. They could not tackle Christian McCaffrey. He was the best player on the field. They covered Kittle well, they covered Ayuk well, they covered Debo well. But Christian McCaffrey was getting busy. And Juwan Jennings. Those two, Juwan Jennings, your boy Juwan Jennings, and Christian McCaffrey was getting loose on these hoes, right? And what does he do in the second half? I want to get Brock Purdy MVP, so let me throw the ball. Just like Pete Carroll messed up with, he wanted Russ to get an MVP when he knew it should have been Marshawn to throw it in. Let me throw the ball to Ayuk. Let me throw the Kittle. And meanwhile, he doesn't even. We don't know, but they don't even know. We don't know who on that team understood the overtime rules. The problem that's
in the words of Kanye, I guess we'll never know.
The fact that that's a problem, that we don't even know if all of their roster knew about the overtime rules, but the Chiefs right after the game, yeah, we've been talking about the overtime rule for 2 weeks. Mahomes said it, Kelce said it, Jones said it, like yeah, they all talked about for 2 weeks. That's how you know Andy Reid is on another planet as far as a coach, and Kyle Shanahan did it again. I mean, Kyle Juszczyk is one of your team captains. Man, to be honest with you, man, I don't even know them. And you got this one dude saying he was hungover. You got this Debo just with the towel over his head. Like that, to me, as much talent as they have, you can't close it because of small shit like that. And we don't think it's that small. But like the fact that came up in the post game and the Chiefs, who have been robbed by the Patriots by the overtime rules, and then they robbed the Bills apparently, and then they changed the rules for the Chiefs have been involved in all these little moments, so they're on top of this shit. And the 49ers don't even know the rules. Like, we don't know who even knew the rules.
I think the 49ers problem is like they're so good that they don't know like how bad they are at the same time. If that makes any sense.
But it's hard to how bad could they possibly be with all that
because
talent?
Because the media hypes them up every year. They're gonna win it, they're gonna do this. And then when it comes to the dance, they don't show up.
But to their credit, right? As a media, like let's call ourselves media, right? We gonna pull up rosters, right? Take away the name of the quarterbacks and the tight ends. So take away Kittle and Kelce, take away Purdy and you look at the 49ers roster and you look at the Chiefs roster.
There ain't no reason for Kansas City to be there.
Dog, it's crazy. Like it's really that crazy. So the fact that and to me, that's what it comes down to. When you have that talented of a team, either your coach needs to take you to that next level or your quarterback needs to take you to that next level. And to me, Brock Purdy doesn't really show me that he could do that. And Kyle Shanahan has definitely shown me he can't do that. Like I look at Joe Burrow, for anybody to overcome the Cincinnati Bengals organization, like that shitty ass organization that they've been for the last how many years. Brock Purdy, Joe Burrow showed me, oh yeah, he can overcome. He can overcome. He can beat Patrick Mahomes in the playoff game, toe to toe. You know what I mean? It's hard, bro. It's hard to be that guy. And if your coach and quarterback are not them, bro, It's hard,
But
bro.
it does take coaching quarterback, but it also takes the core players too. And that's why Kadarius Toney, with all the talent he has and all the things he did last year, to all the fuck up shit that he did this year, and talking at the mouth, are you a wide receiver one when I'm on the field? No, bro, you're not a wide receiver one. You're not even a good teammate. That's why you didn't even play in the Super Bowl. That's the guy I don't want on my team. And the Chiefs knew it.
But
We got to get out of here.
who's supposed to shut all that shit up? The quarterback.
Yeah,
Tom Brady, for all we knew, Aaron Hernandez was murdering people while Tom Brady even knew about it. But Aaron Hernandez he was in that locker room. Ain't nobody know he was crazy. You know what I mean? Like
but he did
I
his
know
job. The difference is he did his job and didn't complain.
Brock
And did
Purdy.
his murders on the
To
side.
me, think about it. You gotta understand. Debo Samuel's personality is too big for Purdy. Kittle's too big for Purdy. Like all these players
No,
that they have.
Kittle's personality is perfect for Purdy.
Him as a person, like he is like George Kittle. George Kittle like lights up a room. You know what I mean? Like
He does, but he's not like outspoken. Like I don't think he's like he's the guy that can match whatever pitch that he's in.
But do you think the players on the Chiefs, on the 49ers will talk over Brock Purdy? I think so. Like if Brock Purdy's talking, one of them will talk over him. But if Patrick Mahomes is talking, who the hell in the Chiefs locker room is talking over Patrick Mahomes with the Kermit voice and everything?
Kadarius Toney.
And that's why he didn't play on Sunday.
Exactly.
It's so simple.
Exactly. I think with Brock Purdy, I just think it'll take some time for it. I think this gives him a more mature voice in the locker room going forward. I really do. I'm not trying to find ways to.
Mahomes and Brady showed it day one. Like they've been winning Super Bowl since year 2, and you could tell. Oh yeah, Aaron Rodgers. You could tell. Oh yeah, he's in charge. Like player, you either have it or you don't. It's like they want Jalen Hurts to be a more vocal leader, right? He's not going to be a more vocal leader. That's not who he is. So unfortunately, he commands the locker room out of like respect because he looks like an older dude. But everybody's not gonna shut up for Jalen Hurts like they're gonna shut up for Mahomes, Kermit the Frog. They're gonna shut up for Joe Burrow.
I just think there are some organizations that expect perfection. And I think when you go to the Kansas City Chiefs right now, they're just like the Patriots. Everything has to be perfect. They have to construct a perfect roster. The shit they might put on the field may not look good on paper, but it's going to stick and it's going to work. And they get the guys that are coachable, the guys that will say, listen, kind of like Bill used to do. You used to be a starting defensive lineman. You're going to be a rotation guy now. You used to be wide receiver 2 in Green Bay. You're going to be our third option now.
And all the players that are on his team that are good, right before they start getting a little downfall, yeah, we're going to send you Chandler Jones over here. We're going to send you over here. Like, he doesn't wait for them to, like, fall, like, to be done, like, on their last legs. They have to build it before that even happens. And if the Chiefs want to be a dynasty like the Patriots, that's the model.
Like, I don't get – Tyreek Hill wanted to get paid. He saw getting paid over winning championships. And no, nothing wrong with that. You want to set your family up for success. But in my eyes, Tyreek doesn't fit the mold of what the Chiefs are doing. For you to go to your team, I get it. You're going to a new team, and you're like, oh, yeah, Tua is way better than Mahomes. Yeah, okay.
Remember who played each other in the wild card round? It was 28-7 or some shit like that. So yeah, go ahead.
Tyreek, I respect Tyreek's game. I just don't think he's very good at vocalizing what he needs to say. And there's nothing wrong with saying that. I know you want to have the back of your current quarterback, but to say that he's better than Patrick Mahomes, bro, that guy got you 2 Super Bowls and made you all-pro first team.
We got him 1 because he didn't stay for the second one because he wanted to get paid. Think about it. He leaves, and they've been 7-0 in the playoffs since. 2 Super Bowl rings. They won on the road when people, as an underdog, every freaking game. Like,
the guy that fits the mold for that team that I wish they would get would be Devontae Adams. I feel like that's the perfect receiver for them to get. I don't think he has big.
You know what's crazy though? We all want them to go like, oh, why don't they DeAndre Hopkins? Why don't
they won't?
Think about it. They don't need them. They just won their back-to-back Super Bowl with Juju Smith-Schuster, Kadarius Toney, Sky Moore, Rashee Rice, who we don't even know who exists until 7 weeks ago, and Valdez-Scantling and Michael Hart. Like, why would they go pay somebody crazy money for a receiver when drafting has worked? I mean, McDuffie, they drafted. Snead, they drafted. Chris Jones, they drafted. Kelce, they drafted. Patrick, like,
Loftus, Nick
yeah,
Bolton.
Lofton. But like all, like, think about it. Green Bay, what made Green Bay special is that for the most part they draft all their talent and then they go get that one guy, right? And that's how they win. They got Woodson. Oh, let's go win. They got Brett Favre from the Falcons. Let's go win. But if you look at the Chiefs, all this shit homegrown. Tyreek Hill was homegrown. Like they're not going out there trying to acquire all this talent. And when you think about it, they're like the most classic franchises. The AFC, the first ever AFC champion was the Chiefs, and the first ever NFC was the Packers. That was the first ever Super Bowl. So they've been doing this shit forever, and they take that drafting model seriously. Whereas, somebody, you can't, like, not everyone could be the Rams where you can say fuck them picks, because like they said F them picks, they won a Super Bowl, and then 2 years later they're back in the playoffs. So that's one way of operating. And then you look at the Chiefs, all that shit through the draft. So for them to go get like Devontae, like, at this point, why? You got other money. You got to pay Chris Jones, bro. You got to make sure L'Jarius Sneed's gonna be happy. You got to make sure like the dogs in your locker room stay dogs in your locker room. So I don't see, like, think about it. The Patriots got one ever. It was Randy Moss. That was a beautiful music that we didn't see, that we didn't know we needed, right? We don't need that with Mahomes. He might get desperate in 5 years, because that's what happened with Tom Brady. They won in 2004, and then they just went on a drought. So it's like, if Mahomes goes on a drought, okay, maybe. I wonder what Justin Jefferson's doing in 5 years. You know what I mean? Like, stuff like that. But at this point, shit's working, bro.
No, I get it. I know. I'm just saying, like, if they wanted to go out and get like a true wide receiver one, I feel like Devontae Adams or DeAndre Hopkins are the right fit for that team. I feel like DeAndre Hopkins has been drugged through the mud, and it's just been like, I'll do whatever I got to do, man. Like, I just want to win one. I'll play for whatever fucking team I got to go to. He deserves it, but
What's
I know.
funny? You mentioned DeAndre Hopkins and Devontae Adams, and the first person I thought of was, because they all look like Sammy Watkins. Like, like, that's why you're saying it. Like, they need somebody who look like Sammy Watkins on the.
Nah, even though Sammy Watkins got a Super Bowl, which is crazy to say. Crazy to say, but no, it's not even that. It's more of the character of the person, not that. I know they both all got dreads, but
well, Rashid Rice got dreads, don't he? Little baby dreads.
He does.
Did you hear his post game?
Yeah. He's
humble, bro. He sounds like a good kid, dog.
He is a very humble dude.
They got their Devontae Adams then. They don't need.
They do.
Dog, when I heard his post game, I was like, oh my God, I would want to coach him.
Yeah, they're also the type of, because we got to move on. We've been on this way too long. They're also the type of team that loves to see growth. They're like the company you want to work for. They won't give up on you because they want to see your growth. And I think Rashid Rice has fallen into the, like, we all said last year, Sky Moore. Oh man, that's a great pick. That's a great pick. And I was like, I've never heard of this guy.
Where has he been?
Yeah, exactly. Where have you been? And there was another guy on the team that they were hyping up too. I forgot. You mentioned him last year.
The kid that they drafted, they picked up from Clemson, or somebody they drafted?
Yeah. The kid from Clemson, I think.
Yeah. God, what was his name? I already forgot his name. Think about it. He was supposed to be that guy, and I already forgot his name.
Rashid Rice, man, that's the guy. That's the guy. I've been watching, like, it's weird to say, like, I don't focus on the best players on the team because I know they're going to do what they need to do.
Yeah, you focus on Juwan Jennings.
Exactly. And I was watching Rashid Rice beginning of the year. I think by week 3, I was like, oh man, like, it was like the stock market. It was like his targets are going up. And I was like, okay. And then he fumbled the ball, and I was like, oh, he's in the doghouse. But he still consistently 4 catches, 6, 7, 9. I was like, okay, this guy's one on my fantasy team now. So you got to watch that shit.
And you want to see
it's an anomaly, bro. That guy.
No, that's yours. You got to claim that one. I want you to claim that one and be happy about it, because you talked about him for 2 weeks. I'm like, why you keep talking about this dude? Nobody cares about Juwan Jennings. And we talked about the bets last week. You were like, well, though, I'm not really bet. I'm not a betting man, but when I'm looking at Juwan, I'm like, this fool. I'm going to find out.
I could not believe it. I could not.
The craziest stat, there's only been 2 players that ever thrown and received a touchdown in the Super Bowl: Nick Foles and Juwan Jennings. You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. But let's move on from the Super Bowl just real quick before we move on. The Chiefs, just look at their just real quick kind of trajectory to next year. Look at the Chiefs, look at the 49ers. 49ers situation. I don't know who's coming up for contracts or whatever. You
A
said
lot
Vegas
of
already
a lot of players.
you said Vegas already has them favored next year.
Hmm.
Do you think they were because it's hard for Super Bowl losers to come like to even make the playoffs next year? So how do you think the 49ers like look next year?
They got to worry about Chase Young. They got to worry about Randy Gregory. They got to worry about forgot who else they mentioned in there. And then for next year, they got guys like Ayuk who's signed to 2024. Um, I don't know. I'm the kind of guy that I got to see progression go through its course.
Look at the division because the Rams, they obviously they got it still. The Seahawks, we're gonna see how it looks with a new coach and new system and all that, but their team, the infrastructure is good. And then you have the Cardinals who they have the fourth pick. They get Marvin Harrison and shit. Shit gonna turn around quick. So the division obviously gets a little hard. Do you think there's still a lot for the West or I don't know.
I think the 49ers still win the division. I think all those teams are slowly clawing their way back up the mountain again to get up there.
Mhm.
Uh, but I got to see how they construct the roster because they're going to lose some key pieces. If they can keep Chase Young, that'll be pivotal to them.
There's no way. That dude was going for
don't
big
see it
money though.
I know. I don't see it either. But if they
Good
can,
rental though. I mean, got to the Super Bowl. It's a good rental. But,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I don't know. I got to see what happens, but as of now, they're the favorite. I'm the kind of guy that I need to see the off season. I need to see the moves that are made. I got to hear the chatter because somebody's gonna get pissed. Debo may say once again, trade me, type
I
shit.
wish they did, bro. I wish they did now. God, I hate that. I used to not even hate him like this, but now I'm like, you don't talk about my team, dog. Keep that shit out your mouth, dog. We got something that you don't got, brother. Rings and things. Anyway, and then last but not least, if you was a betting man, would you take right now on the day before Valentine's Day 2024, this time next year, if you was a betting man, is your money on Chiefs in the Super Bowl, winning the Super Bowl, or the field?
Jets in 4. No, I'm just kidding. Give me the. Yeah, you can't bet against the Chiefs, man. I say this
For
every year.
3
Yes, I'm going for that three-peat. I'm
Ooh,
going for that three-peat. Yeah.
that's
I
hard,
am
dog.
going for that three-peat.
If
Everybody
they get a
tries to take me off
three-peat,
the ledge, but
if they
nope.
get a three-peat, I swear, if anybody tells me anything about Tom Brady anymore, I'm already the reason. Like I told you, the reason why I say Patrick Mahomes is already better than Brady is because where they're at right now, trajectory-wise and skill-wise at the same time. If he gets it a three-peat in today's NFL, hell no, bro. You can't. I wish somebody would tell me so. I don't care if he gets 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't care. If he does that next year,
You know what's insane to me to think, and this is a little off topic, but I've always thought about this. When Alex Smith was the starting quarterback, he had an amazing defense there.
yeah,
That defense was amazing. Imagine if that was the defense, and it was all homegrown too.
yeah, that's what they
Imagine
do.
Tamba Hali, Justin Houston. I forgot the other linebacker's name. I think it was something Johnson, Derek Johnson. They had a
Derek Johnson,
squad.
Derek
They had a
Johnson sounds right.
squad,
Yeah.
and they could not get over the hump with Alex Smith. And then Patrick Mahomes came in, and they shipped those guys all out, man.
Jamal Charles. Oh shit. What's my dog's name? Jeremy Macklin for a little bit. Damn. I miss my dog J Mac. Anyway, but yeah, I mean, it's literally and Andy Reid took that team over, and that's why they were just good enough to make the playoffs. In today's NFL, you get you a quarterback, shit, it don't matter, dog. It don't matter. And before
You know what I just thought about too? Crazy. They go for soft-spoken players. They need soft. Nobody is over pitch of Travis Kelce or Patrick Mahomes, and even Patrick's a little soft-spoken kind of. He's like in between. But if you look at everybody on that team, they are all soft-spoken.
ooh. I mean, Travis Kelce is not soft spoken, dog.
That's I said. Nobody over
Yeah,
Travis.
that dude
Kelce.
is a lot. Yeah, okay.
Everybody else on that team is somber and humble and like coachable. There's no guy like starting. The only guys that are starting shit is Kadarius Toney. And when the time is done, Kadarius Toney ain't gonna be there next year.
So. Listen, it's what pisses me off about Kadarius Toney, like people are already having a little question about you coming to the NFL from Florida, and you're already on your second team, and you're still not shut the hell up. Like, do you not want to make this NFL money anymore, or are you just gonna sit there and just be a fucking asshole all day long? Like, it gets on my nerves when players do that. But do you see the opportunity at your hand? You have Patrick Mahomes as your quarterback. Shut up. You know how much money you can make just because he's your Travis Kelce is about to become a billionaire because of the attention he got from the Chiefs. He said on his podcast, Taylor Swift, where you at? And Taylor Swift went and found his ass because he plays with Patrick Mahomes. Like, shut up, dog. Like, do you not want these endorsement deals, dog? Like, shut up. So I just want to leave that there. I just want to leave that there because, golly, bro, shut up. Do you not want this money, dog? All right,
they're kids, and that's not what they want to put up with. They want to put up with men. This is way off topic again. Who was that receiver they had that one amazing year with Kansas City? I don't think I ever heard him say a word, and then he played like 1 year in Cleveland and disappeared.
How recent was this?
This is when Alex Smith was the quarterback.
Was it Conley or some shit?
No. Let's go to the next topic. I'm gonna find it right now.
Wait. How long ago is this? 2014?
Maybe.
And we're not talking about, obviously, we're not talking about Sammy Watkins. We're not talking about.
I'm gonna say the name and you're gonna be like, holy shit.
I'm about to be mad because, like, you ever go on those Instagram posts or those Twitter posts or whatever, yeah. Name a random wide receiver. That is my favorite from your childhood, whatever. That's my favorite game to play.
Dwayne Bowe.
He was slow as shit though.
But he had that one good year.
He could play though. He could play, but he was slow as shit.
2010, 16 games, 72 receptions, 1,162 yards, 15 touchdowns.
15 touchdowns?
Humble as shit.
Wait. Who was the quarterback? Because that wasn't Alex Smith.
It was like Alex Smith.
No, 11. No, he was a 49er. He was still a 49er. That was like Trent Green or something. That can't be Alex Smith. He was
there with Alex Smith, I remember.
But that year was not Alex Smith. There's no way. Because Kaepernick wasn't even there yet. It has to be Trent Green. I don't think so. It was the kid that used to play for the Patriots, I think. That went 11-5 the year that Brady got hurt.
Matt Castle.
It had to be Matt Castle.
Yeah.
1,000% Matt Castle. Yeah. 1,000% Matt Castle. I feel good about that one. That was definitely Matt Castle. But yeah, all right, cool. The NFL, bro. What a year. So what a year. We started off. A-Rod said 14. Who about?
Bless you.
Excuse me. A-Rod said 14-3. Jets. I said Eagles and Ravens Super Bowl. I was right about my MVP though. I said Lamar Jackson winning the MVP. I'm happy about that one.
I think I said Lamar too.
I don't remember.
I think I said Lamar too.
I'm a fact check you, but so I'm happy about that one. And then I said I thought Bijan was gonna have a better year than C.J. Stroud. I don't know who you had. Defense, I had Jalen Carter, but obviously the boy from the Texans. You've been Will Anderson. You've been talking about that one, so I'll give you credit on that. Coach of the year, Stefanski wins that shit. They robbed. Bro, the Texans could have had the offensive rookie of the year, defensive rookie and coach of the year. They robbed DeMeco Ryans, in my opinion.
They don't want to see minorities progress.
They don't. But it's cool, bro. And they said DeMar Hamlin. Nah, bro. Dog. I laughed, but should I have felt bad? Because like the dude came back from death, dog. Like, come on, man. But I was like, but it ain't football. I don't know, man. I don't want to feel like an asshole, but shout out to Joe Flacco.
Joe Flacco said, I'm going to come play 6 games and I'll get this shit.
And they go with the whole award. Damn. My dad came back from death. All right, let's go to the NBA before I lose my posting here. All right. A-Rod. It's officially NBA season. Although I am looking to free agency this year in the NFL and the draft. We're going to have a lot of coverage with that when Sammy and Vic get back. But now we're in the NBA. We've been waiting for some time to get to this exact moment. We're essentially at the halfway point with the All-Star break. Well, the All-Star break is a little bit after the actual halfway point, but like the NBA teams start taking it seriously at this point. So trade deadline is over. All-Star break is here in the Indiana, and it's about it's time to go. So let's talk about the post-trade deadline chatter. Looking at I'll start with you, obviously, Mr. New York Knickerbocker.
We know who got an A+.
I just want to say real quick because I've talked to you and Sammy and Vic about this. Like Daryl Morey, I cannot stand. Right, I couldn't stand him in Houston, and I was pissed off when we got him, and then we only get him because Harden, and then Harden leaves. So like, why are you still here? But anyway, so because of that, I've already, no matter what, always have a soft spot in my heart for the Orlando Magic, and a soft spot in my heart wherever LeBron's at. When I was younger, I used to have a very soft spot in my heart before I was a Sixers fan, because I became a Sixers fan because of Allen Iverson. But when I was a kid, my mother, the diehard.
Just say it.
I'm not saying that I'm becoming a Knicks fan, A-Rod. I'm not saying that y'all are my team or anything. I'm just saying because you know the type of basketball players I like, and Jalen Brunson has skyrocketed through my list as one of my favorite basketball players in the league. Villanova players, I always get that with them. So shout out to Villanova. But Jalen Brunson, bruh, we don't talk about that game that y'all got robbed, but like play before that, he did a step back. Bruh, when he hit that step back to tie the game, dog, you don't understand. I got chills in my.
When you ask me, can he put up 40? He can put up 40.
Like a Dwayne Wade 40 though. I didn't say 40 one time. I'm talking about 4 straight games.
40. He can put up 40s.
All right. But
40 ounce of freedom, baby.
But on the same token, that dude, but he's the reason why I'm like, if the Knicks are playing and I got nothing else to watch, let me watch that game real quick. Mind you, if I watch it on MSG, I get to get homeboy bang all game.
You get Mike Breen. Come on.
I get Mike Breen and I get
Frazier.
And Frazier? Come on, man. I might listen to this shit. But anyway, besides the point, I just want to say about the New York Knicks, and then y'all go get people like Bogdanovich and Burks. Like, y'all get it, bro. Y'all finally get it. Worldwide West, Leon Rose, whoever else was advising them, Stephen A. Smith, I don't care who it is. I got to give y'all credit because now y'all understand basketball in this age. You can't just keep going, let's go get Amari. Let's go pay Eddie Curry. Let's go get no, you need to put a team together in New York. Because when the New York Knicks were winning championships, it's because they had a team. When they were relevant in the 90s, it's because they had a team. And then they got to this point, let's go get one superstar and hope 2 more come. No, that's not how it works. Build a team. And now the floor is yours. Y'all got a team, and I'm proud. But post trade deadline, how you feeling?
Fucking. I think my gripe with the Knicks now is Tibbs. Tibbs is running this team into the ground.
We knew this was going, and that's what I was worried about. Like the Clippers are having a great season, but we know Kawhi Leonard now, like you said, Kawhi Leonard getting hurt, Paul George. It's like it's inevitable, and the way Tibbs is.
But we don't have a bench, okay? Bogdan comes off the bench, and I like that. But other than that, like McBride, he steps up, he does good because he's starting, but off the bench, he's, whatever. This team, in my personal opinion, is a piece away. And Tibbs kind of like having a Bill Belichick type moment. Like, I can't keep doing this. I'm going to have to give these guys a little bit of rest and invest in the bench a little bit. The one player that if I said that we got this player, if we would have got Mikal Bridges somehow, I would have felt like we're going to the show.
No, that asking price will be way too high.
I know. The Rockets.
Kevin Durant got traded for him, basically.
I know, but the Rockets gave up. We're going to give up 3 first-round picks for him, and they said no, 3 or 4. I understand that, but also the Nets really don't know what they're doing. Something could happen in the offseason, but I feel like if we can get him somehow and retain this core and put our starting 5 of Brunson, OG, Mikal, Julius Randle, and we're gonna get homeboy. You said that's not good. Our center.
So you've been watching Harvestine for the the last few weeks, obviously, and then
he's a good back. He's a good back.
Who do you like more?
Oh, I like Mitchell Robinson better, but I like
Way more? Because like Hartenstein, he be boxing his ass out.
bro. I've been telling you for so long, and I remember you clowned me on one episode about Mitchell Robinson. Who the fuck is he, bro? Mitchell Robinson knows his job. Mitchell Robinson knows his job, and it's to box out, grab rebounds. His problem is he's injury prone and he fouls too much. He gets in foul trouble. So having Hartenstein be the backup, I'm okay with it because when you got 3 fouls in the first quarter, well, here comes Hartenstein for next two. So I'm okay with it. I just need him to learn how to get out of foul trouble. And he plays like a big. He doesn't play like a stretch big or shooting threes. Like his 3-point is ugly. I've never seen him shoot a three. So I have no problem with that. But this team, the way it's constructed right now, I like it. I just feel like we're starting to break down now. Even though Julius Randle will be back after All-Star game, thank God.
Come on, man.
Even no, I'm giving everybody their props. I like what
he's playing his ass off, but he got a little hamstring issue now. That's my
he
dog.
is. Yeah, no, they're all bro. We play 3 players off the bench, and they'll be lucky if they say 10 minutes each. So that's rough on your starters. Something is gonna happen. Fucking dip into these 10-day contracts and just keep rotating guys in there.
That's what you do, bro.
You do.
That's what the Lakers are doing. I'm like, I've been watching players I've never seen before when the Lakers are on the court.
they have the tools, and I like it. And they went on a good little run, but now it's coming to the screeching halt, and it's because we're not healthy. Once we get Mitchell Robinson back, once we get Julius Randle back, once All-Star break is done, I think we'll be okay. OG Anunoby's out for 2 to 3 weeks. So that's like I forgot what it was that he had wrong with him. Something with like I don't know if it was his heart or something like that. I don't know, but I forgot what it was. Look it up. I don't remember what it was, but I don't know. But they're making noise. But the Cavaliers, man, I'm telling you, I know everyone's like, oh, they're pretenders, this and that. They got a chip on their shoulder. We beat their ass last year. We took care of them.
And guess who beat their ass last night? No Embiid. Philadelphia 76ers. We did that. We ended that win streak. What's popping?
Nah, but I'm liking what we're doing. I did like our
his heart. He removed a loose bone fragment in his right elbow. Damn.
I thought it was his heart.
Why are you scaring me like that?
I thought it was his heart. Bro, I've been hey man, I got 2 houses under contract. I close tomorrow. I'm trying to get paid. I'm worried about this.
Come to A-Rod. What is it called? A-Rod what?
Rodriguez Realty. I'll put you in your place.
Come to Rodriguez Realty, man. He gonna put you in your place.
But I like the move. If there's anything I give Worldwide West his credit is he scours. He looks all over the discount rack to see what he can get, and he poaches where he can poach. And I've been saying forever, Bogdanovich is very undervalued. Burks was a good off the bench. Bring him back.
Bogdanovich has been waiting to get picked up by somebody for a couple of years.
And the best part about it too, how good am I, bro? I should be a beat writer for the Knicks. I told you who's going to get moved. Quentin Grimes and Evan Fournier. Boom, both gone. You
just read what the other beat writers said, dog.
No, bro, but I've been paying attention. Like, I've been seeing minutes drop. We all knew Evan Fournier was going to go.
Like, I knew Korkman was going to be gone since last year because he was like, I ain't want to be there. So, I knew he was going to be gone.
But the one thing I don't like about the Knicks, this is my one biggest gripe with them, is we don't develop talent. We develop talent enough to ship it out. And I mean, that's cool, but I like to see homegrown kids excel at what they do. But I'm not mad at what they're doing. I'm going to keep going with it. I'm on the OG train pause. I'm on the trade deadline team, trade deadline players, signings or trades. I like what they're doing, and they're good value picks. And like we said, trade market is wild. They want so much for shit. And I don't understand that. Like, I wouldn't give up that much to get these players, but you got to do it.
Was there anybody on the trade deadline that you're surprised didn't get moved? Kind of DeJounte. Everybody was talking about DeJounte for a while.
No, I didn't. Now I'm seeing they want to move on from Murray more than DeJounte Murray. Why? Or they want to move on from Trae Young more than DeJounte Murray now.
Why? He's their best player. It's not even close.
I know. I think it's more rebuild and assets and things you'll get back from it. But Jordan Clarkson was one. Caruso was one. I'm happy y'all. I like what y'all did too. I really like what y'all did. Buddy
All
Hield's a
right,
good
I'm taking this right now because now you
go.
brought this up. Buddy Hield, very happy about it. Very happy about it. Kyle Lowry in the buyout market, very happy about it because we lost Patrick Beverly. I was a little like, why would we trade away back? We need somebody to kind of like like Tyrese Maxey needs a big bro in the room.
But how do you feel about campaign?
I was gonna get there. Hey, Rob, you gotta let me set. Yeah, I'm setting up the stage for you. I'm setting up. I gotta make this shit sound sweet. All right. So I'm gonna start over because you interrupted my perfect
So
my
sorry.
my perfect like haiku what I was gonna do whatever I
Your
was gonna say. But
monologue.
anyway,
Your monologue.
so we go to Indiana. I gotta go find an old tweet because I remember when my dogs come out of Oklahoma. I was like, yo, this dude Buddy Hield, we could use a shooter like him. He showed up, man. The dude already dropping 20 plus a game. We beat Cleveland last night. He had 24, 5 from 8 from 3. When Embiid has a Buddy Hield, JJ Redick, Seth Curry around him, they getting shots. They getting shots. So happy about that, right? Patrick Beverly, we sent them off. I was like, why are we doing that? We need somebody to be big bro to my dog Maxie. Because Maxie had Sam Cassell for the last couple of years, had Patrick Beverly earlier this year, and now we got Philly born, Philly cheese state. My dog Kyle Lowry, dog.
The cheese booty.
Listen, with all due respect, he out of shape, and I don't want him on the court that long. But I know he's gonna give us good minutes, and Tyrese Maxey gonna learn a lot from the young bull, bro. Like that's exactly what we needed, right?
Rashford. Smart, bro.
So then, I've been talking about this dude for shit ton. You know how I feel about analytics and shit. I'm like,
You
man,
sound like Stephen A right now.
you gotta
Man,
understand,
about
man.
dude.
Let me explain something real quick. I talked to my pastor about this. I talked to my
Pastor, what was that verse you told me last week, Pastor?
I
About
talk,
temptation. I got
this
the yams on my team, but I got the pain
this
with.
this dude, these two dudes I don't like. So in sports history, right? Jay Cutler is my least favorite football player of all time. I cannot stand that man. Every time I see his face, I cringe inside, right? Growing up, Christian Laettner was that for me for basketball because I just hated Dude, I hated Duke so much I became a Tar Heel fan. It was too easy, right? And then in my adult life, there's there's this dude named Cam Payne, dog. Every time I see this dude's face, dog, I just want to throw up, dog. I mean, I've been talking shit about this dude for years on this show, on Twitter, in person. Everybody know I don't give a shit about no damn campaign. And this dude, Darren Morey, decided to bring this fool into my locker room. And listen, there's gonna be a game. Campaign gonna be in the game. It's gonna be in the playoffs. Watch, it's gonna be like Game 5 against the Miami Heat. It's gonna be Tyrese Maxey on the court. It's gonna be Tobias Harris. It's gonna be Joel Embiid. It's gonna be what's his name? Pretty boy, whatever his name, Kelly Oubre. And it's gonna be campaign. It's gonna be 5 seconds on the clock, and the play is not for you, Cam. And he gonna lose at the game because his dumb ass don't know how to play real basketball. Daryl Morey makes no sense. All right, so I'm mad about that. Obviously, right? I'm happy about everything else. I'm mad about that. I did read somewhere, however, that we are making these moves to clear up cap space. Now, this is some Reddit shit I read. So these people are Reddit at next level.
I heard, and I've been watching. Paul George doesn't
Don't
sign an
say Paul
extension.
George. Don't say Paul George.
Paul George doesn't sign an extension.
Well,
Y'all,
P, I don't want him hitting the side of the backboard in Philly. Them young bulls gonna whoop his ass. All right, I have seen that too. But we're clearing up room and have room for a third max contract. So Tobias is one of them, and Embiid is one of them, and I think we want to go get us a Paul George type player. So I understand that from that perspective. I just wish it was anybody else but campaign. But all in all, I don't expect us to do shit this year anyway. So I'm not concerned about the move right this second because at this point it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna see what the Magic continue to do this year. Hopefully they make the playoffs or play in. I'll monitor what LeBron does with that Laker team, who I do want to talk about next actually, because both of us, I know we pay attention to LeBron a little bit, and then the Knicks, I want to make sure that y'all are good, man. Get past the first round again, and I want y'all to put some fear in somebody's heart. I want y'all to put some fear in somebody's heart. If y'all could
Hunter.
beat the Boston Celtics, since Sammy and Vic ain't here, if y'all could beat the Boston Celtics, boy, that would feel good, bro. The Garden versus the Garden, but you know who the real Garden is, right? That would be a nice little script. That would be a nice little script. But let's get to LA real quick. We got those two LA teams. Obviously, the Clippers are having a good year, but we'll see if they can hold up injury wise. But we go across the pond or the locker room basically to the Los Angeles Lakers. They currently sit was like eighth or ninth right now in the Western Conference, which is very competitive this year. So shout out to the Western Conference. But the problem, they don't make any they're sitting ninth at 28 and 26. They didn't make any significant moves during the trade deadline. They went and got Spencer Dinwiddie. As soon as I saw him in that game against next to Pelinka, I was like, oh, okay, I see what's going on. So they get Dinwiddie in buyouts. I don't know who else is in buyouts that they'd be willing to get. Where would you rank their chances in looking at the Western Conference? Because we Minnesota, Oklahoma City, the Clippers, and the Nuggets are all basically 1.5 games within each other between 1 and 4. Then you got New Orleans, who they just beat the shit out of a couple weeks ago. You got Phoenix, who they've been competitive against. You got Sacramento. You got Dallas, who they've been competitive against, all ahead of them. Now, at this point, if it was a play-in situation, they'd be playing Golden State again, and then they'd be playing the winner of Sacramento and Dallas. So, where do you see this team post trade deadline? So now we know Russell ain't going nowhere. We know Vanderbilt ain't going nowhere. So we got the roster that they're going to be. Do you think they can do anything again this year? Think about it. Last year, they lost to the Nuggets in that conference championship, but it wasn't like they got blown out every game. It's just every fourth quarter, Jokic was the best player. So do you think anything has changed where they can at least creep up to that, or is the West too deep in your opinion, Pauls?
I think I think the West is too deep, man.
Yeah.
I think we're coming to the end of LeBron's career, and it hurts to say that.
Man, why you say it like that, dog?
I just think it is. I know it's my boy too, man. I hate to say it. I don't think it's on him. I just think how much more can he do?
Yeah.
And now the trend is get younger players, and if the younger players work out, it works. But I feel like the kids he's surrounded with are just fucking, I don't know, they're just kids. And I really do like Austin Reeves. I really do. I'm not taking anything away from his game, but I think he's a solid guy off your bench.
Correct. You're absolutely right on that, by the way, because his game is so great. Think about it. Lou Williams had one job: come off the bench, give us 20. Jamal Crawford had one job: come off the bench, give us 20. Austin Reeves is like the white boy version of Jamal Crawford. His handle pretty nice for a white boy.
Yeah, and nothing against Spencer Dinwiddie, but I don't like his last name. It sounds stupid as shit. Dinwiddie, that's almost like Huckleberry Finn. You saw Chappelle's special. If you ever meet a black man with the last name Dinwiddie, you would definitely have more money than him too. So
that's his name, dog. Let him
it's Dinwiddie. Come the fuck on. His game is good when he wants to play. When he wants to play, it's good. But his head in the game, he vocalized it with the Nets. Yeah. Hopefully, we can get a better player out of him with the Lakers and LeBron James. I'm hoping we can get that unlocked, and I hope they put him at the start. Who's the starting point guard right now? Is it Austin Reeves?
No, D'Angelo. D'Angelo D'Angelo has been balling lately.
He's picking it up. We reunite the two again, and they did well with the Nets. So we'll see what happens. Maybe that's your spark off the bench. I need them to get Christian Wood more interactive in this offense. I need
him and Jackson Hayes to me, because Jackson Hayes, you gotta understand the thing about Jackson Hayes when it comes down to the reason why they couldn't beat Jokic, because Anthony Davis cannot be guarding Jokic for 48 minutes and having to play offense and be your first or second option, right? To me, you can mitigate a lot of the big like the Rudy Gobert tall ass and Domantas Sabonis and the Jokic, so you can neutralize that when you have somebody with length like Jackson Hayes. I think if they gave him a little bit more valuable minutes, and then, like you mentioned, Christian Wood to kind of stretch the floor, it would help. But still, I don't know if it's enough.
I don't either, man. I'm scared for them. Rui Hachimura last year was a godsend, and this year he's down. I don't get it.
Stock market, like you said.
I don't know, man. I want them to do well. I think when you have LeBron on your team, it's also an anomaly once again. The way that he controls and commands the locker room. All he's got to do is put a Knicks towel on his head and do something for the media to notice, and
The whole league, the whole
no,
league is in an
no.
uproar. Like,
Yeah, so I think it's doable. I'm not saying that it's not doable. Um, I think it's doable, but it's going to be very, very tough. We're going to have to see how things play out. We're going to have to see what injuries come into play. Also LeBron is pushing 40, so like how
is he though?
Exactly is he though? We haven't had that injury yet because come on, be honest with yourself. Every time he gets that injury, you're like, man, this man's done. This man's body's done. He can't. But he pays $1 million every year, and he shows up. If the Lakers were number one in the West, he'd be the MVP every year. Let's just be real with ourselves. He would be the MVP every year, but it's not going to happen because we like shiny new objects. I think the NBA is slowly saying like, can you fucking leave now? We don't want you to have a Jordan moment. We don't want this to happen to you, okay?
You try him a dog, bro. He gonna bust that bubble.
I want him to get more. I do. I want him to get more.
He ain't getting no more. He can't no more.
It's going to be tough, man. It's going to be tough, and I think the Lakers have just kind of pigeonholed themselves into purgatory until he's done. In my honest opinion,
they did the same thing with Kobe. Like, God rest his soul, but like Kobe Bryant is the Los Angeles Lakers.
The Lakers are the most loyal franchise
by
to their
by a mile. They look, we don't give money. We know your Achilles is hurt. We don't give a damn. We just want you to make sure that you enjoy your rest of your years here. And that's what they did for him. He brought him all these championships. He deserved. But think about those teams he had at the end. I don't remember none of their names except for Robert Sacre or Sucre.
Jordan Hill.
And Jordan Hill. Luol Deng got paid $72 million to go hang out in Africa. Like, the Lakers have been, since Shaq left, and then it was bad. Pau Gasol got him back again. Pau Gasol leaves, and it's been worse ever since. So it's like they're just very loyal to they're a small market team that plays in Los Angeles. I want you to understand what I'm saying. Most NBA owners have different businesses. The same guy, Steve Ballmer, Microsoft, Cuban, everything he got. The Lakers owners, all they have is the Lakers.
$1 billion organization.
All they have is the Lakers. Like, they're a family business. They just so happen to be in Los Angeles and got a lot of them championships. So that's why the value is so high. But like, they don't have no Walmart to fall back on or no, Target. Like, they literally, we got the Lakers and that's it. And I learned that you watch Winning Time and then you do a little bit more research on them. They're literally a family business. So it's tough. It's tough.
I know. But yeah, man, LeBron, I think he can do it. I really do in my heart, but my head is telling me like it's going to be tough. He can do it. If he did it last year, there's no reason he can't do it
If
this
he was
year.
on a really good team, like a good enough team where they got dogs, of course he could do it. They don't got dogs. They got good players. But in today's NBA, to beat Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, to beat Wembanyama had a triple-double yesterday. You think with blocks, you think the Lakers can stop that? No. Like, when these teams got dogs like a Kawhi, like a Anthony Edwards, like they don't. I don't know if they got enough bricks.
You know what's crazy? You know who the last player to do that was? A triple-double with blocks?
Was it Duncan? I mean, no. Was it Dave Robinson? Yeah, I knew that. Him and Hakeem.
His grandfather.
Hakeem got a quadruple double, by the way. Hakeem got a quadruple double with blocks. Don't talk about.
I think David Robinson did too.
I might be mixing up the stories, but I know one of them did.
David Robinson's the one that did.
I think both of them. I do think both. But anyway, so that's where we are with the Lakers. That's where we're on. Are there any other storylines that you're going to be following closely as we approach, the second half of the season?
I'm really paying attention in Golden State for some reason. I'm really paying attention at what's going on in Golden State. I don't say pay attention a lot, exactly. I don't say pay attention a lot, but pay attention to what's going on in Golden State. In their last 10, they're 7-3. Klay Thompson's minutes have gone down a lot. They're investing in their youth players a lot. I think this is the last run for the three. I think this is the last run for them.
No matter what, somebody's gone, or you think two are gone? Because
I
they're not
think
getting rid of Steph. They're not getting rid of Steph. So
no,
you think
Steph will
both
stay.
or just one?
I I think one at least. At least one will go. But I'm paying attention to see what the Warriors do. And
If
if
you was a betting man, which one of the two?
I think it's Clay.
I think so too, bro. Because like they
Clay.
need a because Steph needs a bodyguard. He don't need a washed up shooter. Like every great player needs the bodyguard in the locker room. I
And
don't
that
Clay.
pains me to say,
I know.
unless Clay will I think Clay on the Lakers would be good.
Everyone's been trying to say that for years. I don't think it's happening. Because the Lakers are not smart enough to make it happen. I don't think so. And but you're right. You look at the team, and it's like I'm not a Golden State fan, so I can't speak for the fans. But like, if I was a fan watching the Warriors play the first half of the season, I see Kuminga, and I'm like, yo, why aren't we giving him more minutes? That's exactly what I would see. And he's clearly proving why, even with Draymond back, like Draymond's suspension was like a blessing in disguise for them because they realized, yo, this dude Kuminga is pretty good, but like they're not beating those Boston Celtics a couple years ago in the playoff in the finals. If Kuminga and Damian Lee and Andrew Wiggins, like they had all these people step up, and Kuminga was one of them, and he was younger at that time.
You
So you
got to
had
bet
to
on the young guys. You have to bet on them.
you
And move
have to
on from
see
them.
that trajectory coming. Like, all right, bro, like think about it. James Harden, OKC knew he was good, but they was like, bro, that's a lot of money we're gonna have to spend. Let's go get Surge. Let's go get, but like when a player is ready to like take off. To me, I watched Kuminga. I'm like, yeah, he ready to take off. And Clay, if you can't like, what made Clay so good? He can lock up your best player and he can make threes 6 times a game. And then if it's game 6, he gonna win the game by himself. You know what I mean?
But
Now
2 years being hurt really hurt him. So
it did. I mean, at the end of the day, the three of them are still getting old. Like, let's be honest. Like, they're older now. Like, it's hard to see it.
they're three Hall of Famers in my book for sure.
Of course, but like you gotta understand the NBA. This is 10 years. 10 years. That's all you get, unless you're like because Michael Jordan, it was from 88 to 98. Kareem, it was from 72 to 82, and then Magic took it from 82 to 90. Like it's a 10-year span, and that's all you got. LeBron is 5. Even think about it. LeBron, his first few years was good, but he wasn't 2011 till now. Like it's your time runs
Because
out.
LeBron figured out the game before everybody else did.
He figured out the game, but the talent, the younger talent, still eventually caught up to him recently. Like Luka, you look at all these players now, Jokic, and all these people. As great as LeBron is, that's a lot. He used to be able to shoulder that shit like anybody. He can't. This shit, this is too much now.
Yeah, no, I know that, but LeBron changed the game because we wanted him to be a scorer, and he became a teammate. He became like the best teammate you could have. He realized, holy shit, I'm good at passing the ball too. I think the one LeBron play that always will stick out in my head is that fucking touchdown pass he threw to D Wade. Like that will always stick out. I know there's so many plays, but like,
do you follow LBJ history on Instagram? I'll put you on some videos. He has one of these videos. His passing mixtape is stupid, dog. We talk about Magic, dog. His pass, J Kidd, this 6'9", 265 dude has like 12 behind the back passes. No look behind the back, 12. And then he did it like a couple weeks ago.
He had one tonight where someone threw the ball. He just like hit it real quick.
And everyone kept saying, "Oh, that shit don't look like he did it on purpose." And then you'll watch this video LBJ history put down. I was like, "Oh shit, he's literally a magician, dog."
The man revolutionized the game again. What Magic Johnson was doing, it disappeared when Magic disappeared, and it became more of, oh, that guy's a scorer. That guy's a scorer. We want LeBron. We know he's a scorer.
Yeah,
we know he's a scorer, but like, oh my God, what a great teammate and like facilitator he is, and commands an offense and runs through him. But I think as soon as you start winning a lot, everybody's like, it's time to dethrone the king.
Yeah.
And I want to play with the king. So it sucks that we're in that era of life, but it is what it is. And what can you do? So
yeah, what can you do? All right, let's try to wrap this up. Let's go to the it's All-Star weekend finally. It's really crazy because like the Super Bowl like just happened yesterday.
When is All-Star week? Is it this weekend?
literally this weekend. It's crazy. Dog.
But
Literally on Thursday is
I'm
the
gonna,
last game.
I'm gonna be at the Daytona 500 this weekend.
Word.
I do
That's
not I do not like NASCAR, but it's my brother's birthday and I haven't seen him in I don't know how long. So I love NASCAR this weekend.
Alex. This has been on my bucket list for years. When I was a kid, I lived in the north. I didn't know any no shit about no NASCAR. But then I saw this dude, Gordon, with clean cut face. I'm like, yo, he looks like a normal white dude. So I was like, let me follow my dog Gordon, and that's the reason. That's what got me into like watching NASCAR. So because of that, Daytona 500. Oh, that's bucket list. Oh, I went to a WWE event finally. WrestleMania is gonna be my next bucket list thing that I want to accomplish. But outside of that, Daytona 500, that's on the list. I want to hang out with like Marshawn Lynch too. If I can get Marshawn Lynch to go to Daytona 500 with me, bro, that would be the best. That'd be the best day ever, dog. Best day ever. But anyway, yes, it is All Star Weekend. There's a ton of events. My favorite, always my favorite, typically for whatever reason, is always going to be the the celebrity game. I don't know. It's just funny to me to see like who in Hollywood can really like really play basketball and shit. And we got Team Stephen A. versus Team Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp been in the news lately too much because when you popping, dog, people try to hate on you. Dog. Shannon Sharp is popping too much, and now everybody coming for him. What was it? Mike, what's his name? Mike Epps came after him, and all these. Anyway, so I'm not gonna go through all these rosters. I'm gonna just name a couple of people I like. So Team Shannon got 50 Cent, Mr. Curtis Jackson himself as his assistant coach, and Stephen A. got Lil Wayne and my boo Asia Wilson as his assistant coaches. So just from a coach, who do you think will coach basketball better, Curtis or Dwayne Dwayne Carter?
I'm going 50, man. I'm
Bro,
going
dog, he was a kingpin, not kingpin, but like I know he used to. I know he was. I'm listening to him, my dog Curtis. Like, yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. And then looking at the players, let's see who Kai Sanat. I know he's big in the younger people's TikTok world. Michael Parsons, I can't stand him because he talks too much.
nah.
Who else do I know here? Okay. Oh shit.
Sir, you don't know Sir?
Meta Wolf. Who the hell, sir?
From fucking Top Dog Entertainment. You don't
But
know Sir?
I don't know.
Anwell? You don't know Anwell?
I know NL, but like, can he ball? Like, I'm not turning. I'm
Oh,
not
that's
getting.
all.
I'm not getting excited because Andy Wells playing basketball. I'm gonna be.
You know who Quincy Isaiah is?
I'll keep it. From winning time, but he can't ball for real. I don't believe that.
I don't know. Got that magic.
Exactly. But then I look at my dog C.J. Stroud, one of my favorite players in the league now. Meta World Peace, that's dope. Come on now. Jennifer Hudson, come on, dog. Come on, dog. That voice is crazy.
AJ McLean?
Bruh.
Backstreet Boy?
That's who that is?
Yeah.
Come on, man. I was Team NSYNC, dog. I wasn't Team Backstreet Boys, dog.
I was either, so.
I was Team NSYNC, dog. I'm sorry, but this game, I'm trying to think who I'd be excited to see. I ain't really excited to see. Maybe C.J. Stroud, but he's an athlete already. So like, ain't nobody who was like moving the needle for me. I wish like 50 and Lil Wayne would ball, but they old, so I don't think so. All right. And then we got Rising Stars. There's nothing out of the ordinary there. I mean, Wembanyama got Jaime Jaquez on his team. I would love to see and Brandon Miller. So like, and that dude from Golden State, he's been balling too. However you say his name, the Italian kid. That's actually, and Jabari Smith has been just wasting talent. That's actually a very good team to watch. Yeah, this might actually be interesting. You got this team with Paolo Banchero and Scoot, Keegan Murray, Jalen Duren. Oh, Jaden Ivey. I like that team too. And then we got Chet Holmgren, Walter Kessler, Derek Lively, Shetty and Sharp, Jalen Williams. Damn, there's a lot of good young talent in the league, A-Rod.
Yes, there is.
Holy shit. Who's on debt left? Mac McClung, and that's
They're all
it.
G-League players.
They're gonna get washed.
Yeah.
So the other three, with this being said, there's a lot of good young talent in the league, dog.
Yeah, there is. I like Team Powell though.
Team Powell. I like Team Powell because of Actually, no. I'm back Carroll, dog. Let's go. Let's go, Tamika. Yeah, let's go, Tamika. I'm team Paolo. But let's move on. All right. Real quick, we're just gonna run through it. We got the skills contest, Team Indiana, because it takes place in Indiana. We got Halliburton, Mathurin, and Miles Turner. We got Paolo, Anthony Edwards, and Wembanyama for the top picks, and then we got Scotty Barnes, Tariq Maxey, and Trey Young. Who you got for the skills challenge? That's a lot of talent.
Oh, it is. I'm gonna go.
I'm going All Stars, by the way.
I'm going Team Pacers.
I'm going All Stars because Maxey and Trey Young, them boys are skilled, bro. Them boys are skilled. And Scotty Barnes ain't no slouch.
I think,
Beccaro and them, they too tall for me. They're too tall.
yeah, I like Team Pacers because they have one position at everything, and every one of those positions is actually good at all the things they got to do. They're good passers. They're good shooters.
If they win, it's scripted because it's in Indiana. They're just trying to do shit for their charity. Not just players playing.
Oh, here we go.
All right. We got 2 3-point contests. We got Sabrina is first. I don't think it's impossible that Sabrina is going to beat Steph Curry because one thing about women, they may not be able to dunk and do all these crossover shits, but them women, they can shoot, bro. That's how they get into basketball because they can shoot. So, and Gilbert Arenas at his Gil's Arena shit, and then a chick had like 12, and he had like 10 or 8. So, do you think it's possible that Sabrina Ionescu can beat my dog Steph Curry?
No.
Not possible at all.
No, and if it is, it's out of good taste.
You're not willing to put money on it?
No, I'm not a betting man.
You ain't trying to put a quick five? I'll put a quick 5 on it.
Unless it's Juwan Jennings, I'm not betting on it.
All right. Now let's go to the actual 3-point contest. Malik Beasley, Jalen Brunson, I know you're going to pick now. Halliburton, Lillard, Lauri Markkanen, Donovan Mitchell, Karl Anthony Towns, who has won this event before, and Trey Young. Damian Lillard is a defending champion. Who you got winning the 3-point contest? No Steph Curry this year.
I'm happy with 2 picks. Happy with either or.
Which one? I mean, let me guess. Damian Lillard or Jalen Brunson?
You know it.
God
either
damn it.
Or. I'm happy with either or.
So they're in the final. It's them two. Who you gonna go with your boy Dame or your boy Jalen?
Go New York. Go New York. Go.
All right, let's be honest. Jalen Brunson's gonna be finishing the first round, so I'm going with you know what? I'm going with Lauri Markkanen because we're Lauri Markkanen fans on this show. Let's go, Lauri. Let's show us something. All right. Slam dunk contest. Jaylen Brown. Thank God, a real NBA player is participating, and Jaime Hawkins is real, obviously. Matt McClung, the Osceola Magic, who I appreciate that because I'm an Osceola County alum, high school alum. So let's go Osceola, and then your boy's topping the brother on your G League team. First of all, I don't think Jaylen Brown, a superstar, is gonna win this shit. I don't think he practiced this shit enough, like a Mac McClung or Jacob Toppin would do. But I'm going back to back Mac McClung.
Me too.
I know he got some shit in his bag, dog. I know.
Bro, I'll never forget my first real job was working in the startup company, and my friend would, I think I said this story before, he would show me Matt McClung highlights in high school. And he was a white boy too. And I was like, why do you fucking like this white boy dunking? He's like, dude, watch the way he dunks. And I was like, bro, this fool ain't gonna be nobody. And sure enough, he goes to Georgetown. I'm like, okay. And I started watching this guy dunk, and I was like, I called him up. I was like, Evan, I believe.
Yeah,
that.
but you're kind of right though. I mean, he's a good dunker, but I mean, he's still in the G League, so.
But like, I respect his craft more than what he does as a player. I knew him as a dunker. And going to Georgetown, how many white boys you see play for Georgetown?
I know, but look, do you know the player I was like watching the high school dunking and shit? I thought he was gonna be something. Cassius Stanley. What the hell happened to him? Do you remember Cassius Stanley? He was on. I've been following him on Instagram since he was like a sophomore in high school. I'm like, oh, this dude is nice. And then the dude just, I don't know what the hell's going on.
Amani Bates too, man.
And Amani Bates is just, he's got into trouble a little bit. So I don't know.
The thing. How smart are you? How smart are you?
Yeah, him and Homeboy is going to UCF next year. Mikey Williams might be the same shit. But yeah, we got Mac McClung back to back.
Yeah.
All right, and then finally we got East versus West Coast. Finally, we're going back to how things used to be back in my day. So no captains this year. We got Giannis and B, Halliburton, Dame, Jason Tatum, and then a bunch of other dudes. And then we got Luca. Well, B is not starting because I wonder who's going to start then. I got to figure that out, but because he's not playing obviously, so we'll see who starts in his place. And then we got Luca, Kevin Durant, Shea Gilly, LeBron, and Jokic. Now back in the day, in the 2000s, the West used to just dominate this game. So that's why they went to the captain format because the commissioner was like, "Look, we got to even this shit out." So we finally go back to East and West. What say you?
I say West.
Yeah, I say the same thing. Ain't shit changed, and it's crazy. It's crazy because like nothing
I
has
say
changed.
West just because the guards. That's why.
It's not even just the guards. Like the West, the reason why they were always so much better than the East is that the size. They're always beating with size and then skill and ability at that size. You know, like a Kevin Garnett, Dirk Nowitzki, Tim Duncan. Nowadays, you got to deal with Jokic. You got to deal with Kevin Durant, LeBron. You got to deal
Anthony
with Anthony Davis. Oh yeah, it's gonna be Carl Anthony. I mean, why is Carl Anthony Towns playing? If they bring in Sabonis, that'd be nice. But Anthony Edwards, Luka, oh my God, yeah, it's gonna be tough sledding for the East. Tough sledding. But yeah, that's all I got, bro. But
Who's your
you
MVP?
it's in Indiana, but the East is not gonna win. So looking at this team, you gotta always gotta look who's gonna take it the most serious. So who's got something to prove on this? I think Anthony Edwards is still young enough. He's gonna want to prove something in this game, especially that he has to play with Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, they got a little beef going on. I think Anthony Edwards going for like 45, dog. 45.
I'm going Luca, triple double.
You think he cares enough? I mean, where's the
Yeah,
Indy?
I think
I,
so.
I mean, I
I
can
think
see it.
what's happened. Luca's wearing a headband now, bro. Luca's wearing a headband. I think there's a different Luca we get now.
He big man. That dude called him fat, dog. And he said, "I bet, dog." He said, "Bro, get on the treadmill." He said, "All right."
He said your favorite players wear headbands. Okay, I got you.
He said, "This is what you want, bro. I don't know why you calling me out, but yeah, yeah." Now, A Rod, I know you got naysayers, right?
I got a lot of naysayers, man.
Yeah. We first of all, North Carolina lost to Syracuse, dog. Jesus Christ. Anyway, I know you got naysayers,
Still,
so
Baycott looks so lost all the time. I love
I'm
him, but
so
he's just like
yo, he was a fifth year senior, fourth year senior. I don't care. He gonna go to the league, and 5 years from now, just trust me, not in the first 4 years. It's gonna be 5 years. I'm like, oh shit, Baycott's in the league, and he's gonna be playing for a championship contender, doing all the dirty work. And I'm like, yeah, I remember him from college. Just wait now.
oh, I remember him. I remember him perfectly,
Just
man.
wait.
Trust
But yeah, what you gotta let your naysayers know?
I gotta let my naysayers know. I did get a second house under contract, and today, or we got the inspection report, and the air conditioner was broke. And to replace an air conditioner is probably like 6,000, something like that. Usually, you can't ask for that in the
Yeah,
inspection period for credit, but your boy did. Your boy did big dick chips all in,
all in.
and I got it. That's what
And
I can.
listen,
That's
what
what
did
I
I
can
tell
do.
y'all? What did I tell y'all? What can A Rod do for you? All right. What can Alex Rodriguez do for you?
Put you in your place.
Completely side note, because he will put you in your place. Speaking of Alex Rodriguez, have the pitchers and catchers reported for the Yankees yet?
Not yet.
Yo, but hey, it's happening. Spring baseball is here, dog.
No, I'm
Spring
excited.
baseball is here.
I'm
We here.
excited.
All right. Woo! Back to my naysayers. Naysayers. The University of South Florida, man. We 10-1 in the conference, baby. We 17-5 in the NCAA right now. We're on a 9-game winning streak, and we didn't make the top 25 this week, but we got 7 votes, baby. We got 7 votes. We on the way back. Hey, put the word out, A-Rod. We back up. We back up, dog. I don't know
And
what to tell you.
yes, with a touchdown.
Valdez Scantling, touchdown. Alex Golish, we got a bowl win. I don't know what y'all heard about the University of South Florida, baby, but hey, we back up, dog. We are back the hell up. So I just want to give a huge shout out to everybody who affiliates themselves with the University of South Florida. Let my naysayers know, go Bulls. And that's all I got to say. Where can they find us, Mr. A-Rod?
You can find us on Twitter at fair_weather_pod. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Search the Fair Weather Podcast. And wherever you subscribe or listen to podcasts, you catch the audio there.
If you have gambling problems, please call 1-800, whatever it's called, because I mean, some of y'all, man, y'all actually make me concerned. I used to think I had a problem. Y'all got problems, so go ahead and get that checked out. That's all I got. Peace.